We are going to call the June 24th meeting to order. Roll call.
Mr. Smith here, Mr. Backus here, Mr. Carr here. Miller. Mrs. Kiefer.
Here. Then we'll do the pledge of allegiance. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, is there any board members who desire to add, delete, or separate any items of the consent agenda as proposed? No. All right, this time I just need a motion to approve the meeting agenda as presented for the regular board meeting on June 24th, 2024.
So moved. Support.
Roll call.
Mr. Smith, yes. Backus, yes. Mr. Carr, yes. Mrs. Kiefer.
Yes, motion carries. This time, I need a motion to approve the minutes of the regular board meeting held on May 20th, 2024.
Moved. Support.
Roll call.
Yes. Backus, yes. Carr, yes. Mrs. Kiefer.
Yes, motion carries. Are there any board members with correspondence at this time? No? Mr. Carroll? Mr. Samola?
Yes, Mr. Michael Huckman and Brett Miller have submitted notices of resignation.
Thank you. At this time, you can continue recognizing our guests and visitors.
Your guests with us today, thank you for being here. If you please just introduce yourself.
Sherry Brown.
Brady Rupert.
Sarah Ludwig, Jenny Conrad, Christine Midland, Dr. Dolores Swinford.
James Miller.
Lucas Burkholder. Brian Lance.
Thank you all. Seeing that no one has registered to address the board, we're going to continue on to Mr. Carroll's financial report.
Thank you. First report you have is our cash reconciliation. This shows that we are bound with the banks. The second page is our financial summary by fund. This is how we are appropriated with the county auditor. We have our cash summary. This is our fund balance and our encumbrances for each of the funds that we have. We have our disbursement summary. These are the checks that we have issued electronically and warrant checks that we have issued for the month of May. First graph you see is our revenue and our expenses compared to our forecast. At the end of May, we were 92% complete with our fiscal year. As of right now, we are about 1 week away from wrapping it up. So our office is working pretty hard on getting everything wrapped up for that. But on this graph, this is at the end of May, and then you see year to date compared this year to last year as well. And our cash balance there is right in line where it was last year. Second graph is our payroll and benefits broken down. Again, payroll budget, we are 91% of the way through our budget, and benefits we're at 92%. The other items on the agenda, we have a handful of donations. You'll also see an increase in a couple of increases to funds. This is just some reallocations that we have for grants, a couple scholarships that were issued in May. We temporary appropriations to start the year as we close out this year. Next week, we need to start the fiscal year 25 off with a set budget, and that historically has always been at 75% of what we've spent in fiscal year 24. We've already found out our allocations for grants for next year, so those are on there. And then athletic petty cash accounts, same, those are the same, it has not changed. So that is all I have.
So any questions for Mr. Carroll?
Everything going good? Everything's going well. We have our new payroll person. She has done 2 payrolls by herself now, and everything went well. It was nice that she got to overlap with Betty. That was amazing. So thank you for that. Our office is doing well right now. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Carroll. All right, we're going to jump into the financial section of the agenda. We need to approve the May 2024 financial reports that we just reviewed with Mr. Carroll. We need to accept the following donations: $100 anonymous donation to Student Assistance Fund, $100 anonymous donation to the High School Principal Fund, $500 from the Fulton Alumni Association to Elementary Principal Fund, $500 from McCatchick Concrete to FFA, Also 500 anonymous donation to the wrestling fundraiser. We need to approve and amend resources for the fiscal year ending June 30th, 2024. We also need to approve the following transfers and or appropriations modifications for the fiscal year ending June 30th, 2024. To authorize the treasurer to carry over any outstanding encumbrances as of June 30th, 2024. You can see there's an increase to Title I, $6,151.46. Increase to Title II, $4,457.39. Increase to Title IV, $1,476.67. Increase to Title III, $72.39. Increase to scholarships of $1,407.81. Increase the band of $637.90. Increase to athletics of $15,000. Increase to the ESSER 3 of $647.39, and a transfer of $2,732.07 from, I'm guessing that's the senior class to the junior class. Awesome. Also to approve temporary appropriations for the fiscal year ending June 30th at 75% of the fiscal year 24 actual expenditures. To approve the following grants and to modify appropriations and amend resources accordingly. Title I, $137,959.83. Title II-A, $27,849.65. Title IV, $10,801.46. IDEA-B, $289,459.60. And IDEA Early Childhood of $6,803.05. We also need to approve the following petty cash and change funds for the 2024-2025 school year. The athletic petty cash of $4,500, the central office petty cash of $50, office petty cash $50 per school building, and athletic change fund of $3,000. At this time, we just need to approve the financial reports and other financial items.
So moved.
Support.
Any questions or discussion?
How's come athletics so big?
So as our athletic department is bringing in more money, then we need to adjust their budget as well. So their budget was probably set a little low, just being a little bit more conservative. That would include all the fundraising accounts and Dylan's account. It's a good thing.
Yeah.
Thank you. Roll call?
Mr. Smith? Yes. Mr. Becula?
Yes.
Mr. Carr?
Yes.
Mrs. Keeper?
Yes, motion carries. At this time, we'll move on to the personnel section. We need to accept resignations for Michael Huffman, bus driver, effective May 30th, as well as Brent Miller, maintenance coordinator, effective June 14th. We need to offer the following teachers a one-year limited teaching contract effective with the start of the 24-25 school year. Emily Turner, middle school, high school intervention specialist. Sarah Ludwig, middle school intervention specialist. We also need to offer the following teacher a one-year limited teaching contract effective with the start of 24-25 school year. Michelle Paulson. To offer the following individual a non-teaching one-year limited contract effective at the start of 24-25 school year. Michelle Morin, bus driver. We also need to offer the following individual a non-teaching two-year limited contract effective at the start of the 24-25 school year. Elena Guyton as an aide. We need to approve Ryan Lamb as a long-term high school intervention specialist substitute for August 19th to December 20th. We also need to offer the following supplemental contracts for the 24-25 pending the completion of all pupil activity permit requirements. You can see a list there of coaches and assistants. We also need to rescind and offer the following supplemental contracts for 24-25 pending the completion of any and all certification and or licensure requirements. We're going to rescind mentor teacher from Brian Nagy and rescind high school student council advisor from Katie Pierce. And Andrew Langdeffer is going to be a high school student council advisor half contract. We need to approve the following high school, middle school paid and volunteer event workers for the 24-25 school year. And set the compensation for certain athletic event positions to be paid from the athletic funds. I'll give you a minute to look through the list of volunteers as well as what those paid positions would pay. We need to approve Scott Westbrook as a summer custodial worker as needed from June 10th until August 16th, 2024. Compensation is set at $13 per hour at a maximum of 25 hours per week. The superintendent and their superintendent's designee will coordinate hours and make all work assignments. Need to offer the following individual a one-year limited non-teaching, non-bargaining unit contract commencing on August 1st, 2024 and ending June 30th, 2025 for Andrea Donahue. At this time, I just need a motion to approve the above listed personnel positions.
So moved.
Or
Questions or discussion? Roll call?
Yes. Mr. Beckfield?
Yes.
Mr. Carr?
Yes.
Mrs. Keefer?
Yes, motion carries. At this time, I need a motion to accept the lowest best bid for repaving portions of campus parking lots and to add an additional service drive to the front elementary parking lot from Henry Bergman at 218 East 9th Street, Genoa, Ohio, at the cost of $161,000.
So moved.
Support.
Questions or discussion?
So the entire, go ahead. The entire lot to the
west of the state.
football field. Okay.
and then an additional parking lot in front of the elementary.
Drive, yes.
Okay. And it's gonna put a whole new drive coming in off six.
Gonna connect the parking lot to the bus drive.
Oh, good. Like right in front of that new playground or whatever they put in. Both of them.
It will fit between the fence and the trees. Just a drive and put 2 catch basins in for drainage.
Cool. That should help out a lot.
Any further questions? All right, roll call.
Yes.
Yes.
Mr. Carr?
Yes.
Keefer?
Yes, motion carries. This time, we need to approve an overnight trip for Evergreen FFA students to attend the FFA Officer Retreat in Grand Lake, St. Mary's, Ohio. Students will work together through team building exercises and develop the 24-25 FFA calendar. Students will depart on July 28th and return on July 30th. Students will be transported by school van and parent vehicles in the Boardwalk Village Townhouse. Teacher Alexis Howell would be the trip supervisor.
So moved.
Questions or discussion? All right, roll call.
Yes.
Beckfield?
Yes.
Mr. Carr?
Yes.
Mrs. Keefer?
Yes, motion carried. At this time, we need a motion to approve an overnight trip for Evergreen girls soccer team to attend team camp at Pokagon State Park. The players will work together through team building exercise and develop skills for the 24-25 season. Students will be departing on August 2nd and returning on August 4th. Students will be transported by parents. Coach Jacob Ott will be the trip supervisor with assistant coaches and parent chaperones. Cost of the trip will be covered by the program and athletes.
So moved. Forward.
Questions and discussion? Roll call.
Yes. Mr. Beckfield?
Yes.
Mr. Carr?
Yes.
Mrs. Keefer?
Yes, motion carries. This time we need a motion to purchase school district insurance for the Ohio School Plan administered by Highland Administrative Services for a total premium of $76,630 for the 12-month period of July 1st, 2024 through July 1st, 2025. Coverage includes $3,354 for cyber, $375 for pollution, $14,570 for auto fleet, $53,796 for property, $535 for violence, and $7,729 for liability.
So moved. Forward.
Question or discussion? Does that compare to last year? Do you remember?
It's up a little bit,
Okay.
but it's not near as much as what it will be next year. I've been told.
All right.
Already up already for that, huh?
Roll call.
Mr. Smith?
Yes.
Mr. Beckfield?
Yes.
Mr. Carr?
Yes.
Mrs. Keefer?
Yes, motion carries it. At this time, we need to approve the granting of Evergreen High School diploma to James L. Miller as a Vietnam War veteran in accordance with Ohio Revised Code 5902-3-01 and Board Policy 9800.
So moved. Forward.
Question or discussion? Roll call.
Yes.
Mr. Beckfield?
Yes.
Mr. Carr?
Yes.
Mrs. Keefer?
Yes, motion carries.
Can I have a sec?
Yes.
Thank you, sir. There's little we can do to repay you for what you've done for us. We greatly appreciate it.
Can, you want to do
Yeah.
it now? Come up and. I don't ever want to get a picture where we like us. Just perfect. Thank you very much. At this time, we will move on to the Milwaukee membership fees. We need to authorize the treasurer to pay the 24-25 Northwest Ohio Computer Association membership and EMIS fees of $44,573.76. That is up from last year, which was $42,234.88. And to approve the technical service agreement authorizing the purchase of IEP Anywhere software, Zoom licenses, contact filtering, and state software for a total cost of approximately $4,700 based on current ADM and licensures.
So moved. Support.
Questions or discussion? Roll call.
Smith? Yes. Beckwith?
Yes.
Mr. Carr?
Yes.
Mrs. Keefer?
Yes, motion carries. This time, we need to set the following breakfast and lunch prices for the 24-25 school year. Prices represent a 5-cent student increase from 23-24. You can see the prices there.
So moved. Support.
Questions or discussion?
Set by the state, correct?
The adult prices have to be used, a calculator used, these are set by us
Okay.
within state parameters.
Gotcha. Thank you.
Roll call.
Mr. Smith?
Yes.
Mr. Beckwith?
Yes.
Mr. Carr?
Yes.
Mrs. Keefer?
Yes, motion carries. At this time, we need a motion to approve student handbooks, district MTSS handbook, and the high school curriculum guide as recommended by the administrators of the high school, middle school, and elementary school, and preschool, as well as the following student fee schedules as recommended for the 24-25 school year. Grades 9 through 12 will be billed for individual courses with a maximum course charge of $150 compared to last year at the same rate per academic year. Any high school activity fee, class fee, administrative fee, and co-curricular fee will be an additional to the maximum course fee. You can see a list there with the comparison of last year's prices to this year's prices. And then for the board members, you do have another sheet that has the prices of the high school classes.
You doing promotion?
Yep.
So moved. Support.
Thank you. Questions or discussion? All right, roll call.
Yes.
Mr. Beckwith?
Yes.
Mr. Carr?
Yes.
Mrs. Keefer?
Yes, motion carries. At this time, we need a motion to approve the staff handbooks for the 24-25 school year and the Evergreen Board of Education expected behaviors for employees.
Moved. Support.
Questions or discussion? Roll call.
Yes. Mr. Beckwith?
Yes.
Mr. Carr?
Yes.
Mrs. Keefer?
Yes, motion carries. At this time, we need a motion to approve a service agreement with the New Horizons Academy at Sarah's Garden to provide educational services for special education students for the 24-25 school year at a cost of $16,222 per semester.
So moved. Support.
Questions or discussion?
Anybody have a rough idea how many students?
We have one student that attends there on a contract and 2 others that attend through the John Peterson Scholarship. So this is for that contracted student. We have to read total.
Okay, thank you.
Roll call.
Mr. Smith?
Yes.
Mr. Beckwith?
Yes.
Mr. Carr?
Yes.
Mrs. Keefer?
Yes, motion carried. This time we need to accept an educational agreement with the Northwest Ohio Juvenile Detention Training and Rehabilitation Center for educational purpose for students during any period of detention at a cost of $80 per day for instruction on weekdays effective July 1st, 2024 through June 30th of 2025. Last year's cost was $77 per day.
So moved. Support.
Roll call. Sorry, was there any discussion? No, roll call.
Mr. Smith?
Yes.
Mr. Beckwith?
Yes.
Mr. Carr?
Yes.
Mrs. Keefer?
Yes, motion carries. This time, we need to approve a 3-year service agreement for athletic training services with the University of Toledo, effective July 1st, 2024, to provide athletic training services to school student athletes through one licensed and certified athletic trainer. Trainers will perform their duties under the direction of the university's sports medicine director at a cost of $0 per year to Evergreen local schools.
So moved. Support.
Questions or discussion? All right, roll call.
Yes. Mr. Vacula?
Yes.
Mr. Carr?
Yes.
Yes, motion carries. This time we need to approve an agreement with Jillian Group for preparing the cash basis financial statements at a cost of $3,200 for fiscal year 24.
So moved. Support.
Questions or discussion? Roll call.
Yes. Vacula?
Yes.
Mr. Carr?
Yes.
Mrs. Seaver?
Yes, motion carries. This time to approve the following ticket prices for athletic contests for the 24-25 season in conjunction with the NWOAL guidelines. You can see $8 for adult tickets at high school games, $8 for all tickets at the game for football, $5 for pre-sale student tickets for football, $5 for adult tickets at junior high events, and $2 for student tickets at junior high events.
So moved. Support.
Questions or discussion?
Is that a league thing? Prices going up?
Yes, the league sets the prices.
And it says only football, I mean, it says for everything across the board, basketball.
Correct.
Okay.
Because in the past, football gate tickets were always all the same price at adults. Pleasure was $7 at the gate for every ticket.
Roll call.
Yes.
Mr. Vacula?
Yes.
Mr. Carr?
Yes.
Mrs. Seaver?
Yes, motion carries. Need to authorize the superintendent treasurer to accept the best bid from Cardinal Bus Services, Sales and Service in Lima, Ohio, and to purchase two 72 passenger propane powered buses at the cost of $261,742. We did receive a grant for $50,000 to apply towards this purchase. District cost will only be $211,742.
So moved.
Questions or discussion?
Made the news.
I can't take the credit. It is great news.
Had to Google what it was. They had, I don't know what they called it.
Roll call.
the EPA big bus grant.
Yeah.
Good diesel last year. Yeah. Yeah. So we're still pretty good balance right now. Okay.
Yes,
Mr.
roll.
Smith? Yes. Mr. Vacula?
Yes.
Mr. Carr?
Yes.
Mrs. Seaver?
Yes, motion carries. This time we need to approve the Ohio Student Wellness and Success Funding Plan for fiscal year 24 and fiscal year 25 to provide comprehensive support services to Evergreen students.
Support.
Questions or discussion? Roll call.
Yes. Vacula?
Yes.
Mr. Carr?
Yes.
Yes, motion carried. At this time, Mr. Smollow, would you like to take over discussion and information?
Yeah, we've got some transfers within the district, so I wanted to identify those. Tori Wright moving from grade 1 to grade 4, Danielle Boger from grade 4 to grade 5, Jennifer Huffman from the high school, middle school resource room to grade 5. All three of those are intervention specialists. And then Samantha Cole moving from a 4-hour aide position at the elementary to a 7-hour aide position split between the high school and middle school. Next up, we have our semi-annual bullying report for the second semester. We did have one incident of bullying in the high school that was addressed and resolved by Mr. Roofer. And the next item is our annual wellness report. We had Jen Burkholder as the wellness coordinator this year for the first time. She did a great job coordinating efforts and providing activities for our staff. On the larger scale, our insurance provider established the Pillars of Health program. And with that, for this year came the My Coach app for our employees to track their fitness and the activities they were doing to improve their health. Jen had a book study, a mental health book study with an educator wellness focus on the areas of physical, mental, emotional, and social wellness for the year that our staff took part in. And then looking ahead to next year, how do we best serve our employees and how to increase participation is going to be that focus of getting more involved. So, any questions on the transfers, the bullying report, or the wellness report?
All the transfers are filled. We're all done moving and,
If that
okay,
my report, yes.
All right, then we will go ahead and, Ms. Brown.
Good evening, everybody. All of our students got to meet with our teams of teachers at the end of the school year, which was really fun for them to get to see the team, their new set of teachers. And then once they met with the students, our teachers met after school together to go over class lists, talk about strengths and needs of students, so they're preparing for next school year. And then that way, if they had any questions regarding students, they could ask it at that time. We were also finally able to wrap up staffing at EES for the 24-25 school year at the end of May. So May 20th is when we wrapped it up. Because we weren't sure when we were going to be able to, and we just kept going and going. And so it was nice to have that wrapped up and taken care of for the summer. Also, field day was a great opportunity for our kids to do lots of great activities. Ms. Ziegler did an awesome job. Next year though, Mr. Polachek is going to take over for us. He's got lots of great ideas. He's our physical education teacher, and he's excited and ready to jump in. Also, with 10 classroom moves and our teacher workroom moving, Jerry, Zabo, and I, and our custodial staff have been doing lots of cleaning, lots of moving, a lot of sorting. It's made our office look pretty amazing and cleared out, so it's nice to see. One change for the upcoming school year is we're going to do 2 different open houses. We're going to do our kindergarten, preschool, and Kinderstart open house on August 19th. We're going to do everyone else on the 20th. And the reason for that is to streamline the process so that parents can come in, they can walk the halls with their children so that they kind of have a comfort level. The students aren't so overwhelmed by so many students being in the building. And I'm not sure if you're aware, but our teachers had already done in the past an extra day where they had parents come in the evening. So that will get rid of that in order to have one evening for the families, so they don't have to come 2 separate occasions. So I think it will be really nice, especially for our kindergarten, preschool, and Kinderstart families. The elementary school was recognized in the National Sources of Strength newsletter, sharing our initiative and how we structured it at the elementary this year. I give a lot of credit to Sharon Lipinski for that. She has really taken it on and really ran with the program this year, and she did a very amazing job. Also wanted to congratulate Monica Anderson for being named as our Teacher of the Year at the elementary. I'm sure you read what was shared about her, but in the write-ups, people put some pretty amazing things about her. She said I was pretty shocked because after all of her years, she said she had never been recognized as Teacher of the Year. So I think she was very shocked, very excited, and she gets the job done and advocates for our kids every single day. So I feel very honored to have her represent the elementary this year. So if you see her, if you could congratulate her, I'm sure she would appreciate it. Anyone have any questions, concerns? All right, thank you very much.
Thank you, Mrs. Brown. Mr. Burkholder.
Good evening. Kind of piggybacking right off of that, our middle school teacher of the year was Tammy Nossinger. She's actually also the district representative for us this year. She's been, I think, at Evergreen for 18 years now, and she's one of our intervention specialists. She's been in different roles, but now she's a 7th grade intervention specialist. And in the 2 years I've gotten to work directly with her in the middle school, she is co-taught with different teachers, and she's a leader in our building. She's even a better person overall. So she's very excited that she was able to win the award this year. And she was surprised and shocked, but she's deserving of anybody. So finish out our year, we had a bunch of things going on. 6th grade camp was pushed back this year a little bit later than normal. We did it on May 21st to the 24th. As always, it was great. Kids loved it. I was actually out there for a day with them. So a shout out to the 6th grade team because they put that on every year. And it went really well again. On the 28th, so the very last week of school, that Tuesday, we did our 4th quarter recognition, our 4th quarter celebration, we call it. So we had our all A's breakfast that morning. We actually had 46 kids qualify for the all A's breakfast. Special thank you to Miss Rossai, and she had about 6 different students helping her prepare pancakes for us that morning. We also give credit to our honor roll students. We had 146 students hit that mark for the 4th quarter, which is up a little bit. And then the last thing we do to celebrate that day is our Grow Character Awards. We recognize kids for anything from perfect attendance to just demonstrating character that we want to see across the building. And so we were able to award 45 kids certificates, candy, and gift certificates for their efforts. So that was pretty fun to finish out the year. The next day, we did have 2 field trips going on. We had a 7th grade field trip to the Mud Hens game. Probably the highlight of that field trip for us this year was a little different than last year. We got to send the amazing shape finalists, those 11 kids, via limo to the game. And then because Mr. Langendorfer's wife, Kate Langendorfer, works for the Mud Hens, we had reached out to her about getting one of our kids, the champion was Zach Langendorfer. So, incredibly thought maybe put his name on the display screen. She went up this, she said, how about we just have him throw the first pitch of the ball game? So he did a great job, just right down the middle, under all that pressure. So we did that day. I went with the 8th grade that morning, actually, to Put in Bay. We did a new trip there this year. That was a very neat trip for our kids to experience. A lot of our kids never leave the area, so we get to travel a little bit outside of Polk County and go on a boat, go to the island. We got to go to Top Perry's Monument, see that. Did a tour, a bus tour throughout the island, and they got to even go to Perry's Cave. That was a really neat experience for our kids that day. So a special thank you to the staff that went on that trip because they had to stay late that night. We got back a little bit later, and we had about a dozen parent volunteers that also helped us chaperone that trip. So it was a very cool trip. Definitely something we're looking to do it again for our kids. Want to recognize 2 students that had perfect scores on the state test. We had an 8th grader get a perfect score on the math test, Ethan Nash, and we had a 7th grade student, Natalie Wyridge, get a perfect score on the ELA state test. So that's really hard to do. So kudos to both of them, and I recognize them at the end of the year and ask them to bring them up today. So. Last thing is just some like looking ahead type stuff. I know with the 5th grade transition going on, we've been trying to communicate as much as possible to families. So there was something sent out at the very end of the year here, letting them know that in July, the 3rd week of July, they'll be getting basically all the beginning of the school year information that they'll need. Everything from school supply lists, class supplies, to how we're gonna have orientation, a little bit different this year as well. Like elementary, we're gonna be doing ours different. We're only gonna have a 5th and 6th grade orientation. 7th and 8th grade will have a day that they can come in and pick up class schedules and Chromebooks, but we're going to try to focus a little more attention just on those 2 groups being new to the building. So that will be the 19th or 20th, like where that Monday is of that week of school. And then we're actually going to do, and I know I brought this up, of course, staggered start for the first 2 days. So that's getting planned out right now. So, any questions?
Thank you, Mr. Burkholder. Mr. Ruther.
Good evening. I want to recognize Doug DeSlover. He was the high school teacher of the year. Congratulations to him. He does a lot of good work. Also want to recognize Ryan Lamb. We're excited to have him here join the high school staff. The interview committee was very impressed, so we're ready for him to get rolling. Congratulations to Olivia Mitch. I know it seems like forever ago, but she qualified as only a sophomore to the state track meet and high jump. I don't think she did as well as she wanted to down there, but it's learning experience for her. So good to see her down there in the future. In my report, I listed out a few of the handbook changes, but probably the one that caught your attention I wanted to address was the student cell phones. From 8 a.m. till 2:50 on school day, students will not be able to have their cell phones with them. It must be in their locker or in a secure location in the office. This does put us in line and compliance with the new law that was passed. And I will be working to get information out to students and families explaining it. This wasn't just me wanting to be a jerk. This was actually staff driven. We're starting to see an uptick in just distractions in the classroom. I mean, the research is clear on mental health. You walk through the cafeterias, always kids are just constantly on their cell phones, staring, they're not interacting. So I think we can have more positive replacements for that. I know there's some concerns about implementing, but we'll make sure that it's clearly laid out to all students and parents. We also felt this was a good time because the 8th graders coming up from middle school, it's not a change for them. So it's something that they've been used to in the middle school. And then when the law goes into effect, we'll be in compliance with that. Other than that, we had some things, the study hall guidelines, cleared up attendance policies, CCP, if grades fall, they gotta stay in the school building, they can't go home. Then we just added some guidelines to our enrichment period for kids who are struggling. So, other than that, mark your calendars. August 15th is our new student orientation day, scheduled pickup day. Only freshmen will need to get Chromebooks because the rest of the high schoolers kept theirs, so. More details will come out right at the beginning of August on Parents' Day. So. Questions? Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Rupert. Mr. Simola.
Yeah, a few things to add, staffing wise, all teaching positions are currently full for the upcoming school year. We are still in need of a 1 4-hour aide at the elementary, and then we are looking for a Brent Miller's replacement as maintenance coordinator. So far with that position, we've had limited interest, and we're working on creating a list of people maybe to reach out to and contact to see a critical position, so we want to make sure we find someone that is the right fit for that. Even with Brent transitioning out, the maintenance staff has been working hard to prepare the buildings. They're painting, moving furniture, waxing floors, so they've been asked to make sure we're ready to go at the start of the school year. Bringing in Mr. Westbrook is great help with Brent departing to get us a little bit of extra manpower for the summer, so that is, he's going to be a big help. As Mr. Rupert mentioned, Parent Square, we're transitioning at the end of the month, so parents who have not signed up for Parent Square, we need them to do that. We'll be sending reminders out this week to make sure that all parents get signed up for Parent Square for our district communications. And the last item I had, each summer, the board has, in the past, has done a campus tour. Didn't know if the board wanted to do that in connection with our July meeting or wait until the August meeting when it's closer to the school year starting, so. We always put a special meeting on prior to the regular meeting for the campus tour, so I think it's gonna be hot if we do it in July or August, but may get a better picture with the parking lots and the move and everything in place if we wait till August, but that is up to you, just let me know.
I'd like to wait till August to see the new classrooms where they're gonna be and everything else.
Will they try to be done by then?
Better be.
So, yeah, wait till.
They were waiting till it was approved tonight to get us scheduled, but we'll
Um,
reach out to them tomorrow and.
Does a 4 o'clock start for everybody instead of 6 that day work? That gives us 2 hours to get through. Same days of work, I mean, that's usually
fine
what
by
we do
me,
is
but-
4, right?
Correct, yeah.
Okay. So can you make that?
So we'll look at the August now, and I'll put it in an update to you.
Okay. We'll talk about it. Okay,
July meeting's gonna come fast, so if you wanted to do
Yeah.
it, then I wanted to know what it's
I think the August, let's see everything kind of.
ready to go. Okay.
Get some stuff laid out. Awesome. I know the coaches have started pushing Parent Square also, that's awesome. That the kids have to have that all set up for practices and stuff, so. That's been been sent out too, so.
Any questions?
Any questions from Mr. Smollett? Any questions or concerns from the board member? All right, at this time, we need a motion to adjourn the June 24th, 24 regular meeting, the Evergreen Local Board of Education.
So move forward.
Roll call?
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, motion carries. Thank you.